Well, we're not dressing up for Halloween, but we figured we'd take a look at some of the more unusual looking pistols and revolvers out there. So we scavenged up a couple here that look a little bit weird, and we figured we'd take a look at them. So this one is a Tugwa Arms Mark II. It's a 32. Kind of a weird shape for a little pocket pistol. It's a 32 caliber, very small. Weird shape, super weird mag release that's just a bear to get out. Well, that's the beginning of our little tour here. We've got this Walther SP22, the M4 version with the upgraded wooden ergonomic grip. Kind of neat charging handles up front there. And definitely a unique shape for a pistol. We did another review on that one a while back. Next up, we've got a kind of obnoxious looking Ruger. A Ruger new model Super Blackhawk in 44 mag. But it's got this really big oversized target grip. And then a aim point optic on it. So most people laugh at these. Of course, most people don't realize that these are great for travel, for hunting. Lets you really do some boulder climbing and get to those critters that are far back there without having to carry a whole big rifle around. Next up, we've got a Ruby. This is made by a company called Ruby. It's a 38 caliber target revolver. Here looks like a regular revolver, but again, real big, obnoxious, kind of ergonomic grip there for a right-handed shooter. Left-handed shooters, good luck. I can really shoot this one real well. It's got this crazy break up front, which means as the bullet passes through here and lets those gases out, the gases are diverted up, which is supposed to keep recoil down, and sort of interesting, let's say, target sight in the back here, which is fairly adjustable. And I think most people would call this a fairly obnoxious revolver as well. Next up is just kind of a neat one. It's a remake of an older style. And this one is a Uberti Russian new model number 3. And it's in 44 Russian, which is, I guess, a little different than a 44 short, or 44 special. Again, a little different than a 44 Magnum. Firing pin right on the hammer. A break open. So it's definitely a unique shape and unique action on this one. Trigger guard with the extra little flare there. Again, some people really go for these and some people really don't. I'm going to call this one the weirdest one in our sort of collection here right now, and this is well, it's made by H&R, but it's a 22 short single action revolver with, I think, a 10-inch barrel. So kind of an interesting one. Almost the smallest revolver you can get out here. Of course, the smallest revolver just about is the North American Arms, but I'm not going to consider this a weird one. This is the weird one. Almost a full-size grip. It's so far back that the trigger is in the right spot for a regular handed shooter, but tiny little revolver with a giant barrel on it. So it's actually kind of rare because these barrels can get pretty bent real easy, but definitely a neat one for our collection here. Next up, we've got a brass double barrel Derringer, and this is black powder, so nothing to check there except to actually look down the barrels and see that there's nothing in there. They use percussion caps. They cock back. As you pull the trigger just twice, the two hammers will drop. Again, definitely a weird shape on this one. It's solid brass with some kind of ivory-like handles, mother of pearl handles. And then last up, probably the most expensive one on the table, would be this DMAX, which is a company from the 80s that basically took some Stens and rebuilt them to be police guns, was the concept. The idea being that you could kind of use up some of the technology from World War II and make a modern pistol and carbine out of them, but what you end up with is definitely a weird pistol that you sort of hold like this, and just kind of an odd one. So, collection of odd pistols and revolvers for Halloween. Enjoy.